Do you have 5 minutes? Well, maybe even just a little more than 5 minutes this week. This past week, we've experienced a significant surge within the COVID Delta variant within our country. Here in Fort Myers, Florida, and Lee County, our numbers in terms of in the hospital are rivaling precisely what we had at the very peak of the pandemic. Again, people are hospitalized very sick, many of which are in danger of or are indeed still passing away. Yes, a vast majority of those are unvaccinated, but yet some have been vaccinated. We've been asked by the CDC to once again put on masks and to protect ourselves as well as others when we go indoors and by applying the simple rules of social distancing once again. Before we jump into that, let's take a look at what the Bible has to say.
Listen to these words from Matthew 25, a couple selected verses. Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me. Hear also these words from 1 Corinthians. This is from the Apostle Paul. I have the right to do anything you say, but not everything is beneficial. I have the right to do anything, but not everything is constructive.
We have been asked by the Center for Disease Control to once again wear masks and to social distance because this COVID surge that occurred is indeed very, very serious within our community and in our world. But yet I'm amazed and mystified how so many people are saying they refuse to wear masks. I'm just not going to do it. It's just uncomfortable. I don't like it, and no one can tell me to do it. Similarly, they'll say, I don't want to get vaccinated. Well, I get it. There might be some medical issues why people don't want to get vaccinated, but there are some who just, you can't force me. I'm not going to do it. Well, if we take a look at what the Bible has to say, first and foremost, Jesus himself in Matthew says, truly I tell you, what you have done for the least of these, you have done for me. And what you have not done for the least of these, you did not do for me. The Apostle Paul in Corinthians says something different. He says, I have the right to do anything, you might say, but not everything is beneficial or constructive. Just because we have the ability to do or not do something does not in and of itself make it beneficial or constructive. Let's talk about masks for a moment. They're a pain. And I think all of us are tired of it. We are tired of the pandemic. The pandemic fatigue is real. But the pandemic is not over, and it is real. And I know it firsthand from people that I've seen die as a result of this virus. So it is real. So some will say, well, I'm not going to wear a mask. Wait a minute. Common sense dictates if you're wearing a mask, one, you're less likely to breathe in something that somebody else has breathed out. You're less likely to breathe on them. Years ago, over 40 years ago, when I was going to college, I needed a part-time job. And I went to work at a hospital, Ioneer Hospital of Pittsburgh. And I had the blessing of being invited to go in to watch several surgeries. And as we were gowning up and we were putting the masks on, the folks were telling me as we did it, we did not put on masks to protect us. We put on masks to protect others. So when we are asked to mask, when we are asked to social distance, yes, a part of it does protect us, but a large portion of it is to protect those who are around us, those who are vulnerable. Maybe they are the elderly. Maybe they have an underlying medical condition, something you and I may not even know of. Maybe it is a 6 or 7-year-old child that has cystic fibrosis and you don't know it, but they're at the Publix or they're at the Walmart, whatever it may be. For us as Christians, while we may have the right to say we are not going to mask, we may have the right to say, I don't care, I'm just going to go do what I want to do and get near other people. Yes, we may have the right to do that. But what do you think God may be asking us to do? While everything may be allowed, it may not be beneficial or constructive. So we put on a mask. So we social distance. Perhaps right now we're not singing in our church. The point is, what we are doing is trying to protect the least of these. And my dear friends, according to Jesus himself, whatever we do for the least of those who are around us, we do for none other than Jesus Christ. Whatever you do this week with the virus, whatever decisions you make regarding the pandemic, may you make a decision that would benefit the least of those who are around you, the ones that cannot protect themselves. And may you and I do our best to love others in precisely the way Christ has loved us. And in the meantime, may we stay safe until this pandemic has passed. God bless you and have a wonderful week.